Good morning, student. My name is Raj Kumar and I'm a maths teacher. Before I start teaching you something new, uh, let me ask you a few questions. I will draw a few things on the board and I will ask you a question later with those things. The first one is uh, this. Have you seen this symbol anywhere? Yes? Okay. Now, other one is this. What about this? Yes? Excellent. Now, what about this? Yes, I'm sure because all these things are in grade 6. So I'm sure you're familiar with all these things. What we call this? What this first symbol, geometrical symbol, what is this representing? What is this? Yes, last boy. Yes, a line. Very good. This is a line. So we call it is a line. And the next one, yes, the first girl, ray. Yes. So this is a ray. And the next one is a line segment. Excellent. It's a line segment. So, it's very good. Very good. You are familiar with these things. But have you ever seen line? No. So why we are studying then line? Why we are studying? Is actually this is a imaginary thing. Line is a one-dimensional geometrical shape, right? It has no starting point and no ending point. So it's very difficult, it's very rare to find a line. But there is a one example which I came across, if you go on a beach, right? And if you look at a point where sky and the sea both are meeting, we call that horizon. Horizon gives you an idea of a line. If you look at the horizon next time, try to figure out the starting point and the ending point of the horizon. You will not able to find. So I believe that is a fine example of a line as far as the ray is concerned. Any source of light, for example, a light emitting from the vehicle, a light coming from the electric bulb, a light coming from any source, right? That represents a ray, where we know the starting point of the ray, but we don't know the ending point, right? A line segment. Line segment is very, very common, right? Line segment you can find anywhere, right? Line segment you can draw on a board, right? Or if you draw if you look at the boundary of this board, these are all line segment. This is a line segment because it has a starting point as well as a ending point, right? So you're familiar with these things. Now, have you ever come across a shape like this? This shape? No? What about this shape? Yes, very good. So, can you tell me this shape is look like something? Ladder, very good. This is looking like a ladder, right? So, this is a ladder and this ladder, however, ladder is not formation of a line segment, right? But here we have a line. This is giving you a picture. This is giving you an idea about a ladder. We can say this is line L, this is line M, this is N, this is P, and this is Q. If you look at all these lines, and if I ask you a question, what about line L and M? Yes, Yes, first student. If you look at line L and M, if you extend these line to any point, will these line meet anywhere? They will not meet. Why? Because the distance between these two lines will remain constant, right? When you have two lines and the distance between two lines remain constant, right? You extend those lines up to any point. Those type of lines we call as a parallel lines. So our today topic is parallel lines, and the second part of the topic is if you look at the line L, line N and line M, they are intersecting at this point, right? And if you measure this angle will come to 90 degree. Even if you check this will also come to 90 degree. Even if you check this will also come to 90 degree. Now, when two lines they intersect at an angle of 90 degree, then those types of a line we call perpendicular lines. So today's topic is parallel lines and a perpendicular line. Parallel lines and perpendicular line. Perpendicular lines. Now I want all of you, please raise your hand where you can come across any example where you can see parallel lines, number one, and perpendicular line. If not line, then line segment. That is also fine. Yes? Yes? All of you raise your hand. Only 4 students? Yes. The first one, any example where you can find parallel lines? Okay. Yes. There are so many things where I can show you the parallel lines. For example, if you look at the boundary of this board. Now these two lines, the distance between these two lines is throughout constant, or to be very precise, these are two line segments. If you look at these two line segment at a constant distance, and this is very good example of a parallel line segment. Now, apart from that, if you look at, there is a letter H. So, letter H. So, if you look at this letter, there are two line segments. These two line segment, they are at a constant distance, or the distance between two line segments throughout their length is same. So this is a very good example where you can say that these two line segments are parallel. And if you take this one, then this angle is of a 90 degree. So this line segment and the other one, which is between these two, this line segment and this one, they are forming an angle of 90 degree, and this is a very good example of a perpendicular line segment. Now, if you have an idea about the parallel lines and the perpendicular lines, right, you can take this idea in your day-to-day life. If you look at the door, the wooden pattern of the door, if you look at these two white wooden strips, right, these two white strip, they are at a constant distance. If you look at these two wooden strips are parallel to each other. Definitely this idea carpenter has taken from the parallel line or parallel line segment. And if you look at this white wooden strip and this green one, both are forming a 90 degree angle. So this is a fine example where this idea has taken from the perpendicular line. So there are numerous things in our day-to-day life where we use this concept of a parallel line and perpendicular line. Now question arises, when there are two parallel lines, let's say this is parallel line L and M. These are two parallel lines. And we draw one more a line. Let's say this is N. Now what we call this line? We call this line as a transversal line. If you look at this line, neither this line making an angle of a 90 degree, right? If you look at this angle, is not 90 degree, wherever this line is intersecting. So this is a transversal line. Now how we can identify a transversal line, we will continue in next lesson. Thank you.